any current or new treatments involved in brain development and brain health that we should be looking at?
Are there new treatments regarding brain health? Yes, I think there are. I mean, there are two components to brain health in people with MS. There's obviously the processes that are specific to MS. So these are the things that cause slow down the progression of the disease. And so there's two components there. There's the so-called anti-inflammatory drugs. This switches off the MRI lesions and the relapses. And we've got a whole range of these. We've got over 10 of these therapies now, and in the next year or two there's going to be another 2 more coming out. One of them is a drug called Daclizumab that's given under the skin every 4 weeks, and the other one is called Ocrelizumab, and this is given as an infusion every 6 months and continuously. And both those drugs will fall into what I would call the high efficacy bracket. They're much more potent in terms of switching off inflammation. And we're now beginning to realize inflammation is what drives the progression of the disease and makes the brain unhealthy. So the whole concept is to try and shift our treatments to as early as possible when the brain is very healthy and keep it like that, and try and get rid of all the inflammation. Then in addition to that, we are testing drugs to add on top of anti-inflammatories. What you've got to understand is that if there's a lot of damage that's already occurred, a lot of the nerve fibers are primed to die off in the future. Simply because they've been damaged and they are functioning, but they're not functioning normally, and so they're overworking themselves and they die off prematurely. And so what we're looking at now is, can we add anything on top of the anti-inflammatories? We call that neuro-protection, standing for can we protect the neurons. And so we are testing now in a whole lot of what we call early phase trials, add-on neuroprotective drugs. And hopefully the next phase of MS drug development will be combinations, an anti-inflammatory with a neuroprotection. And similarly, another way of protecting damaged nerve fibers is to remyelinate them if they're demyelinated, and there are some early stage trials now looking at drugs that promote remyelination. We think that those damaged nerve fibers that remain demyelinated are primed to die off in the future. So if we can promote remyelination, we can protect them. So that's another strategy that's been tested. So yes, we've got a whole lot of new anti-inflammatories coming, and then behind those anti-inflammatories I'm predicting we're going to have combination treatments where we will be adding on neuroprotection and remyelination treatments. So it's all very exciting.